Hi, my name's Barry Crampton. Today I'm going to talk to you about Tony Stark. Talk to us about Tony Stark. Baz, you're an EV basher. Very true. I am an EV basher. And what brought Tony Stark to mind is, when I was a kid, I used to live in St Anne's, and the only place that sold Marvel and DC comics and imported them from America was a place in Blackpool. And every Saturday I'd get my spends and I'd cycle to Blackpool, 18 miles, cycle to Blackpool and get the latest edition, the latest monthly magazine, Iron Man, Spider-Man, the X-Men, that sort of stuff. Now Iron Man, first of all, Iron Man just looked like a big blob in gold until he became the Iron Man we know now, Robert Downey Jr. He was in an explosion and he got all this shrapnel in him, and some chap in a cave operated on him and made this magnet, and the magnet in his chest was to keep the shrapnel away from his heart, because if the shrapnel went near his heart, dislodged, it would puncture his heart and he'd die. So this chap operated on him in a cave, and later on, in later iterations of Iron Man, he got this fantastic suit that just comes in a suitcase. Suit folds out, goes round him, and his heart is now kind of a nuclear power plant. Now, the other day when we got this Peugeot 2008, I was trying to find a way to turn the regen down. Brakes were a bit rusty, and I don't like regen. I'd rather have clean brakes where I can stop when I want to, not when the car wants to, and no regen. I'd rather pay a little bit more for electric than have free electric from regen. I'd rather pay a little bit more for electric than have to have all the front end of my car repaired, or scrape a pedestrian or a dog or whatever off the front. Money's not that important to me. I know it's important to you EV people, because that's the first thing you say. Oh, they're cheap to run. They're cheap to... No, you don't want it because you're saving the planet. Like Tony Stark and Iron Man. He's saving the planet. You lot are doing it because you're tight. So, when I'm looking through it, I was quite shocked. When I say quite shocked, I shouldn't be. I shouldn't be shocked at all, because whenever I get a camera these days, I've got a little Insta, I think it is. Is it an Insta Go? Anyway, I've got this little camera. And you can mount it on your chest, and there's a magnet. And it comes with a warning. If you've got a pacemaker, don't put the magnet near your chest. Now, I happen to know that my dad had a pacemaker. He had it 12 months before he died. My brother-in-law's got a pacemaker. He's just come out of hospital on Friday. His pacemaker was only working at 12.5%. And, it's not good. Pacemaker's up here on the left, I believe, just there, fitted in you. And there's an electrode that goes through your veins, into your heart, and it regulates. When my dad had his fitted, he was on a ward in Blackpool, Victoria, and every so often the nurses kept running in because his heart was beating that slowly. They thought he was dead. They kept him alive for 12 months. And funnily enough, the guy who did the operation was a guy called Dr. Khan at Blackpool, Victoria. Now he's selling Mercedes-Benz. And he came in to buy a Mercedes. And Mercedes S-Class, it was a green Mercedes S-Class. And I said, "Oh, Doc, you're the guy who did my dad's heart operation. Fitted a pacemaker." And he says, "How is he?" I said, "He's dead." Oh. Anyway, we skirted around that, and then he was going on, and he was on about the warranty on a Mercedes. And I said, "Well, my dad lasted 12 months. It's longer than that. So think yourself lucky." Back to the story. I'm looking for how to turn the regen down. And I come across this. And honestly, this come as a surprise to me, but it shouldn't have come as a surprise to me. There you go. This is a warning in the EV handbook. Charging the traction battery. If you wear a pacemaker or a similar device, speak to a doctor about the precautions to take and to observe. For home charging, do not remain inside or near the vehicle, near the charging cable or the charging unit, even for a short time. For super fast charging, do not use it yourself and avoid approaching a public super fast charger. Leave the area and ask a third party to recharge the vehicle. Here you go, mate. Will you go and recharge my vehicle for me? Now all these chargers, the fast ones, the one at the co-op, the old garage that we used to have that the co-op bought, they've put a fast charger in the corner. There's a parking space right next to it. The car park's normally full. Do you go and park next to a charger? At Kentucky, there's a row of fast chargers, same at McDonald's. Row of fast chargers. Fast chargers will be everywhere soon. They'll be on lampposts. Where'd you park? If you've got a pacemaker, where'd you park? So I'm thinking, this can't be right. So I start looking for studies. And really speaking, the only ones I could really find were in 2023. And they're saying, yeah, broadly, yeah, it's okay. We've done this, we've done that. There you go. With the increasing popularity of the electric vehicles, you might be wondering if it's safe to drive or charge one of these bad boys if you have a pacemaker or defibrillator. According to a new study presented this week at European Heart Rhythm, blah, 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 the answer is yes, so long as you don't place a charging cable directly over your cardiac device or stay near the charging cable for extended lengths of time. Now again, how much and how much bigger have the batteries got since then? How much better has the fast charging got? Bigger, better, stronger, faster? Your pacemaker hasn't got much better. My brother-in-law's pacemaker was working at 12.5% before he went in the other day. What happens if all these tests, to me, from what I can gather, they've been done on people with proper pacemakers. I would imagine they only do them on people in good health, supposedly good health. They won't want to kill anybody, will they? But are they safe? If you had a pacemaker, would you trust it when Peugeot put a notice in the handbook? Don't charge it yourself. Don't do this. They say it's reasonably safe. The one story I did like, and I'm going to cut this in, and it's this one. This is quite... When was this done? It was 2024. Published 6th of July 2024. So this is kind of a lot newer. But I won't bore you with all the stuff, all these calculations. People are a lot cleverer than me. And there you go. Now, they show you, these seem to be published for a left-hand drive vehicle. Now, it's a whole lot different in a right-hand drive vehicle because your pacemaker's fitted there. In a left-hand drive vehicle, you're here, the motor's over there. In a right-hand drive vehicle, you're over here, the motor's there, and your pacemaker's a lot nearer. What about height? What about weight? You know these Range Rovers that we do, I get in them sometimes and do the electric memory seat, and you're like that. You know, you're a lot closer to the engine where there's this magnetic field. It's set when you go down here, it says it starts measuring heat and where you actually get it, where your body temperature goes up. Not a whole lot, and it's within tolerances. I dare say, there you go, it shows your left ankle there. The temperature it goes up, and also your neck. I don't know why your neck would. Perhaps it's thinner there and your blood goes through there and it warms it up. Well, it's like they say when you put cold compressed on your wrist, your veins are nearer to the surface and cool it down quicker and so on. So your neck and your left ankle, sorry, your neck and your right ankle. Now, again, that just shows you your left-hand drive, it's your right ankle. So it's the bit, it's not the battery underneath you, it must be the motor at the front, which is warming your ankle up. So, is it fair to say that if you're in a right-hand drive, the side that your heart, the side that your pacemaker is on, is going to warm up? Would I be happy if I had a pacemaker driving an EV, charging it? I saw a lady doing her car the other day at the co-op when I went, and I went over to plug it in for her because she was holding it like that. I mean, the cable's like yay big and a big plug on the end. She could hardly lift it. There won't be any power going through it before you plug it in, and I can't see anybody, like, once you're charging, grabbing hold of it. The temperature rise on the human neck in this section is greater than that of the heart within 30 mins, and the maximum temperature rise on the neck is 0.6 times 10 to the minus 6 degrees centigrade. At the bottom, by analysing the distribution of induction field and temperature rise of the passenger wearing cardiac pacemakers, the following conclusions can be drawn. Implantation of cardiac pacemakers will have an impact on the field distribution around the heart of the passenger, but by comparing with the safety limits stipulated by the ICN, IRP and ISO, the high-frequency electromagnet radiation generated by the drive motor in this paper would neither affect the health of the passenger wearing the cardiac pacemaker, nor does it pose a threat to the normal function of the cardiac pacemaker. The results of this study can eliminate the concerns of passengers wearing cardiac pacemakers on the electromagnet environment safety of EV a certain extent and provide suggestions and guidance for their safe travel. Moreover, the results contribute to advancing research on the electromagnet environment of EV and provide references for the revision of electromagnetic exposure standards for EV and the design of electromagnetic exposure safety protection for vehicles. I must admit, if I had a pacemaker, I wouldn't be entirely happy. Have they tested them on people with pacemakers who are only working at 12.5%? Or did they do it on brand spanking new, healthy people? Anyway, the conclusion is that from these papers, it looks like it's safe. But what happens when the batteries get bigger? The charging gets faster. What happens? What happens if you're in a crash and the battery splits open? I just don't know. I just don't know. But I've never heard of a nice vehicle giving anybody a heart attack. So, draw your own conclusions. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video. Bye-bye.